gather yet together, and for the sake of God, resolve to root out whatever is the source of contention among you. Then will the effulgence of the world's great luminary envelop the whole earth, and its inhabitants become the citizens of one city and the occupants of one and the same throne. And these from readings from the writings of Baha'u'llah 111. If love and agreement are manifest in a single family, that family will advance, become illumined and spiritual, and its enmity and hatred exist within its destruction, and separation are inevitable. This is likewise true of a city. If those who dwell within it manifest a spirit of accord and fellowship, it will progress steadily and human conditions become brighter. Whereas through enmity and violence will be degraded and its inhabitants scattered. In the same way, the people of a nation develop and advance toward civilization and enlightenment through love and accord, and are disintegrated by war and strife. Finally, this is true of humanity itself in the aggregate. When love is realized and the ideal spirit bonds unite the hearts of men, the whole human race will be uplifted. The world will continually grow more spiritual and great, and the happiness and tranquility of mankind be immeasurably increased. Warfare and strife will be uprooted. Disagreements and dissension pass away, and universal peace unites the nations and the peoples of the world. All humankind will dwell together as one family, blend as the waves of one sea, shine as stars of one firmament, and appear as fruit of the same tree. This is the happiness and felicity of humankind. This is the illumination of man, the glory eternal and light everlasting. This is the divine bestowal. It is from Abdul Baha, the promulgation of universal peace. And now in the teachings of our Father, the Son and the Moon, everyone longs to live in one unified world that transcends nationality. This longing springs from the inner world of the heart. It flows from the ideal and heart of true human beings. It is also the heart and hope of God. And this is from the speech in November 10, 1981. We have to transcend nationalism. A people whose hearts transcend ethnic loyalty, which loves other people more than its own people. And this is from the speech on September 20, 1970. From this time on, the definition of my country will need to expand. Although everyone has their home country, where they were born and lived, in a larger sense, the entire world, but God, our Father, created is my country, and it's from a speech August 28, 1991. In the events of history, people strive for the sake of their nation. That is the human way of thinking. But how does God think? If God were to say, I only love America, then he would be the God of only America. In that case, when it comes time for America to perish, God would also perish. But God never thinks that way. His thoughts are far above human thoughts. He would promote the way of thinking that we ought to live by placing the world's welfare above the welfare of all our nation or our family. And this is from a speech on October the 23rd, 1977. The reason God established America was for America to save the world. Yet Americans do not know that America must save the world. Only once in world history did a single nation become independent and unify the entire world religiously and culturally. Was that not America? When it occupied the whole world at the end of World War II, President Kennedy understood this, and he encouraged America to help all struggling nations of the world. And this is from a speech on February 17, 1991. And now we're on page 1037. In accordance with my public teaching, we should make the world into one household. A home has a father and a mother. In this household, heaven is our father and earth is our mother. A home also has brothers and sisters. All human beings are our brothers and sisters. And this is from a speech on December 13, 1970. We are all part of one world family. This is the significance of birth from the family pledge. Our family pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness. It is not about my personal freedom, peace, unity, and happiness, but rather the freedom, peace, happiness, and freedom of everyone in the universal family. The whole world is our family. When you arrive in heaven, you will not find people separated by national borders. People of all nationalities are assembled together. Are you prepared to live that way? Do you have such a universal viewpoint that you can embrace all people from the past, present, and future? And this is from a speech on May 8, 1994. You can enter the kingdom of heaven only when you have lived with people of 7 different nationalities. And this is from the Way of God's Will 1:28. Every being is situated in a space relative to what is above and below, right and left, front and back. In the time family, each person stands in relation to above and below, right and left, and front and back. This same pattern applies to the nation and the world. Thus, in the family, each individual should have a loving relationship with parents above and children below, husband on the right and wife on the left, and elder siblings in front and younger siblings in back. Similarly, in the nation, each family independent should embrace families from all regions and then embrace all people of the world, east and west, and north and south, as their brothers and sisters. We are ultimately responsible to create the model of our own family, which can be replicated on every level. And this is from the True Family and World Peace, July 18, 1997. Through this, we can find or finally build the providential house of God's desire. That house will be our nation, our world, and our heaven and earth. People of all five races will dwell there. Americans, Germans, French, Italians, British, and Japanese. All former enemies will gather there. Yet despite their past history as enemies, they will be unable to feel any enmity towards each other, no matter how hard they try. Love will unite them as they live for the sake of others. And this is from a speech on December 9, 1979. A religion which puts its own nation and people first will never be able to realize God's will on the world level. We must go beyond our ethnicity and our nation, beyond our national traditions, cultures, and social conventions. We must seek a society that embraces all the peoples, world peoples, and a world which can be in accord with God's will. For this to happen, all people should be united in heart and live together as one. Unless the religions of the world work decisively to unite their concepts of the good life and the open and closed ideal world, religions will not endure. Therefore, as a church, we should not take the idea that our church should be supreme in the world. Rather, we should delight in lifting up the world. When we look at the course of history centered on religion, this present age is at a turning point. A concept which puts me first. A concept which puts my family first. My nation first. And with such concepts, globalism is impossible. And this again from speech on December 14, 1969. Human history has been moving towards one unified world. Therefore, anything that limits your purpose to the individual, family, tribe, or nation will pass away. And is from a speech on September 10, 1962. A new era has begun, the era of Chun Il-guk, the kingdom of heaven on earth. All people in the spirit world and in the physical world, on the right and on the left, and Muslims and Christians will live together as one family. This is the meaning of Chun Il-guk. World peace can be realized only when there are no barriers or borders dividing religions. Our children can build a world of peace through inter-religious and international marriages. When Jews and Muslims have their children marry each other, and when communists and people from the free world have their children marry each other, we will eventually become the members of one family. We must establish one global family under God. The simplest way to accomplish this is through cultural marriages between Jews and Muslims, and between communists and Democrats. And for instance, if the children of North Korean leader Kim Jong-il and the children of South Korean President Roh were married each other, the enmity between their two nations would dissipate. Then world peace would radiate outwards from the Korean Peninsula. I, Reverend Moon, I am the champion of inter-religious, interracial, international marriage. If the United Nations were to invite me to give such marriage blessings to all humanity, it would not take even 1 week to restore the entire world. I am proclaiming that the solution to the world's problems is not far away. It is right here. And this is from a speech on March the 2nd, 2003. And we have a new topic now, chapter 21, leadership and government, Reverend Ezra Karimi A. Now page 1039.
God-fearing leadership. God is sovereign over all human institutions, and the first principle of leadership is that government should operate in conformity with heavenly law. Leaders should fear God and govern their people in a way that is acceptable to Him. Leadership is not only a public trust, it is also a position of God's vicegerent. Therefore, God would wish that a country's leaders be imbued with spiritual values. Kings and presidents should recognize that they are accountable to God, who is not slow to punish those who violate His trust. They are also accountable to rule according to the higher law by which God intends to order human affairs. We read, "The God of Israel has spoken, the Rock of Israel has said to me, when one rules justly over men, ruling in the fear of God, he downs on the like he dawns on them like the morning light, like sun shining forth upon a cloudless morning, like rain that makes grass to sprout from the earth. And this is from the second book of Samuel, verses 23, chapter 23, verses 3 to 4. We read, O David, when he set you as a vicegerent on earth, therefore judge aright between men. Do not follow not the lusts of your heart, for they will mislead you from the path of God. And this is from the Quran, Surah 38, verses 26. We read, Heaven hears and sees as our people hear and see. Heaven brightly approves and displays its terror as our people brightly approve and would fear. Such connection is there between the upper and lower worlds. How reverent ought the masters of the earth to be. And this is from Book of History 2.3.3, Council of Cao Yao, Confucianism. And we read, if, in bracket, joins fear of God, the exalted and glorious, and dispenses justice, there will be great reward for him. And if he enjoins otherwise, it redounds on him. And this is from Hadith of Muslim from Islam. And we read, revere the anger of heaven, and presume not to make sport or be idle. Revere the changing moods of heaven, and presume not to drive about at your pleasure. Great heaven is intelligent and is with you in all your goings. Great heaven is clear seeing and is with you in your wandering and indulgences. And this is from the book of Songs, Order 254, Confucianism. And we read, neither cities nor states nor individuals will ever attain perfection until the small class of philosophers whom we term useless but not corrupt are providentially compelled, whether they will or not, to take care of the state, and until a like necessity be laid on the state to obey them, or until kings, or if not kings, the sons of kings or princes, are divinely inspired with a true love of true philosophy. And this is from Plato, The Republic 6, Hellenism. And now turning to page 1040. Step beyond what is human. Establish your leadership. This is from Atharva Veda 7.105, Hinduism. And we read, if your kingdom exists for the doctrine and not for fame or desire, then it will be extremely fruitful. If not, its fruit will be misfortune. This is from Nagarjuna, Precious Galan 327, Buddhism. And we read, when you set a king over you, when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself in a book a copy of these laws, from that which is in charge of the Levitical priests, and it shall be with him, and he shall read it in all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, by keeping all the words of his law and these statutes, and doing them, that his heart may not be lifted up above his brethren, and that he may not turn aside from his commandment, neither to the right hand or to the left, so that he may continue long in his kingdom, he and his children in Israel. And this is from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verses 14 to 20. And we read, you, leaning on the thumb, honoring, respecting, and revering it, doing homage to it, hallowing it, being yourselves a banner of the thumb, a signal of the thumb, having the thumb as your master, you provide the right watch, word, and protection for your own people, for the army, for the nobles, for vassals, for Brahmins and householders, for towns and country dwellers, for the religious world, and for beasts and birds. Throughout your kingdom let no wrongdoing prevail, and whosoever in your kingdom is poor, to him let whatever be given. And this is from Dinga Nikaya 3.60 to 61. Chakavati Sahanada Sutanta. And this is from Buddhism. I already find 36. Do we stop here and continue, or?
we're so thankful for this reading today about leadership and government and the continuation of what we read about the teachings of our Father, about unity and community. We're so
you could read such profound words this morning.
praise all the other religions too, because they discovered it themselves ahead of us, because God was inspiring them to really teach those group of people that they need to work in accordance with their nation, the government, and their founding fathers of the religions too, like Confucius and Muhammad and other faiths, and even the Greeks speak our heavenly parents. We pray that even today they are being kicked out from the European Union, which is the cradle of civilization, and what would it be if they will be taken out, as if all our laws and everything are coming from that place, and now we need to just leave them because they cannot cope up with their financial obligations. We pray our heavenly parents that, like America and all over Europe, they can treat each other like brothers and sisters, and with the fatherhood of God and the motherhood of the day heaven acts as the father and the earth mother. So here in the nation, the United Nations might be the parents' nation that takes care of all the nations. We pray our heavenly parents that it will not be so hard for these economies right now that are tumbling, especially in Europe. We pray that more and more people would really be revived because of the blessing that they have gotten from a few days ago. We pray that all nations will be revived as families are being revived, as you promised today, that if we restore ourselves, it will make a prosperous nation and a prosperous world. We pray our heavenly parents that we can have good relations to our fellow men, so that it will be reflected in all our nations and all our families. And we pray all this in the name of Athanasius Francis and bless our family, a Jew. Son bacio Yes, God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Manse. Yes, thank you. there snow outside?
No, just rain.
Rain, freezing rain.
I think it's not even freezing now, but I think the worst is on the way still.
Oh, good.
Maybe by afternoon.
But I heard, yeah, yeah, maybe later there will be
freezing rain, I think, in the evening.